Boy, Brenton Bickers here, and welcome to another video. In today's video, after a very disappointing and also very heartbreaking loss to the LA Rams of a 30-13 game, we are going to be rebuilding the Seattle Seahawks. Now, does this mean this team will suck for the rest of the year? No. No, it won't. But there are some signs that this team could potentially suck this year, and it is all because of injuries. We already have 4 injuries after week 1 in Jamal Adams, Tether Witherspoon, and in players that are out in Charles Cross, and Abraham Lucas. So this team is getting raveled by injuries, and it's not looking too hot with all these injuries going on. But hopefully they can come back, because we did not look good when they were both gone. But hopefully Jason Peters can play well against the Lions in week 2, and hopefully receivers can get freaking open and our defense could do something. But that's just my opinion. But for some reason, both of our free agents that are on 1 or 2 year deals are on the trade block. So I'm just curious to see what we could potentially get for exchange with these 2 players. So this is an interesting offer. We can get Al Shurig and a 4th next year. Now, obviously, again, I think I can turn into something maybe pretty spicy, and we could get Jacoby Myers, who's an amazing slot receiver, which I guess this team kind of lacks. But I like the offers. It's just the thing is I don't think I'm not gonna decline, but I am going to keep that open. Now, Julian Love. Let's see what we got here. Nothing interesting. Okay, that's what I figured. I'm sorry, but Julian Love, he's just a guy who I'm going to probably keep long term because of Jamal Adams and his injury history and stuff like that. So let's just show you the roster, shall we? So this is to take a look of our offense. Our offense is pretty darn good. I did actually upgrade a few players just to keep in mind, and one of them is Jake Bobo out of UCLA. He was an undrafted rookie, and he had a very impressive training camp in preseason. So I think he deserves the star and 69 overall rating. I didn't want to make it too high, but I didn't want to make it something like, I don't know, a 65 and normal dev, like the game actually gave him. So yeah, but I really do like the offense. It's just the problem is now we don't have any depth at tackle. 0 depth. And I guess you could go get Jason Peters, but I'm not, because I don't really care. Defense, this should be a very good defense. I did upgrade Bobby Wagner significantly, and Darren Taylor and Mafe both have star dev, because, again, it makes sense. But Derek Hall might be one of those guys I think I want to move into interior edge rusher. I'm not saying he can't fit at a outside linebacker. It's just I like Jenna Wosu, I like Darrell Taylor, Mafe. Those are plenty enough pass rushers at the edge. We kind of need to fix the interior. So I think moving Derek Hall to left end, then move Jaron Reed to D tackle, I think it's probably the smartest move to do right now. Because Jaron Reed can play D tackle, or I should say knows in this matter. And then Derek Hall will play left end, and hopefully he can play good at it. And also just for more snap sakes for Derek Hall and stuff. I actually did change around the settings a little bit. I actually changed, you have a very high chance to getting development traits. So what I mean by that is you can get actually good development traits. There's a high chance you can get star, superstar, X Factor, breakout. So I made that happen. So I just wanted to mention. But offensive playbook, I think I'm gonna keep for now, as is. But I think the defensive playbook I'm gonna change to will be Jacksonville. I don't know really what's the best 3-4 defensive playbook yet. I'm kind of experimenting on that for now, so just something to point out. But yeah. But we're gonna simulate it to the midseason mark. Hopefully our team is actually like a decent record, and Abraham Lucas should be back by week 2. Well, in real life, I'm assuming he might be back until like week 7 or 6. Like, I was a little scared when I heard of a knee injury with Abraham Lucas because I thought he could have been out for long periods of time or for a long term. But like Charles Cross, I'm like, there could be a chance he might be coming back in week 2, and he might be coming back in week 3. So yeah, but it's just a little frustrating for the. It's going to probably be the start of the season because of the factor we just have most of our players just getting hurt, and this is not the good time to get all of these players hurt. So this is a little bit mind-boggling, but hopefully it doesn't last for very long. Hopefully this team gets to the right groove. But it's simulation. I think this rebuild makes things more interesting because Geno Smith is 31. It is to potentially get to an 85, honestly. Like, at best, he's probably getting to an 83. And then you guys are going to start to progress mightily. And then I think we're going to have to find our new franchise QB. So this is a bit of a concern that I have. So I'm just hoping for our team to go around and change. So, yeah, like, because, like, I had a lot of expectations of this team, but I think it was kind of because, like, they had a 9-8 record season last year, right? And then they made it to the postseason because of a tiebreaker, and then kind of got killed by the Niners. So I'm really just hoping that this team can just turn around. So our team went 4-2. Okay then.
View your
Not too
team
shabby.
saves. Quickly review the league's top performers.
Start off the season. We are the second worst in offense, so I'm assuming we have like the second best defense or something. Yeah, fourth best defense in the league. Geno Smith. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need to get a new franchise QB. Like, I thought it was going to be this bad. I thought, he was 32 actually. I didn't think ever in my life he would have more interceptions than he has for touchdowns. I would never predict that. Never. I mean, our receivers are doing well. Our running back, Kenneth Walker, and Jack Charbonnet are doing alright. Our blocking is alright. I like that. Abraham Lucas is still out. Oh, it's probably because he's on the IR list and stuff. Genoa Wosu and Dermondre Jones both have 3 sacks respectively. It looks like our rookie Derek Hall's getting to the quarterback. And Bobby Wagner and Devin Witherspoon, the rookie, both getting interceptions. But the concern is the fact that Devin Witherspoon is doing crap. That is ridiculous. I'm just going to point that out. But honestly, though, I'm just a little curious. Let's see what these offers are. So they did change, I think, but there are some decent offers, though. I mean, yeah, we don't really need any of these players, but they're good depth pieces at least. Jaron Warden, again, you don't need these, but just good depth pieces. Same thing, and really, we don't even need a corner at all because we already have enough depth at corner. This is interesting. Now, yeah, I know the running back doesn't really matter that much, but a third next year, I think that's a bit hard to pass. Like, even if the other, like, I probably could get, like, maybe a second manually, I think I am going to take it just because of the fact we can get, like, a decent running back who can hopefully just be a death piece and be solid when he's on the field. And third next year, which that could be very useful. So, I think it's worth all the trouble. I'm just, like, a little bit curious. But is Abraham Lincoln just on IR? Is that the reason why he's still out? Because I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be back by now. Yeah, he's back. Just apparently, he just hasn't been snapped. He hasn't gotten any snaps yet, apparently. I think I'm just gonna have to... Yeah, I have to remove him from IR. Alright, he is officially removed off IR. That is nice, so he can be our starting tackle. Hopefully we don't get sacked as much. But for this, I think I'm going to go quarterback. I mean, we don't need receiver. Free safety we don't really need. Middle linebacker, I mean, I guess you could consider that because of the factor that Bobby Wagner, he's getting up there in age. And who's our other linebacker? Like Jordan Brooks. So I guess you could say we could go linebacker, but quarterback is the weakness. Yeah, I think I'm going with linebacker. Okay. So yeah, I think we might be stuck with Geno Smith for another year because apparently there are just no good quarterbacks out of this class. So that's a bit of a concern. But there is one that's projected to be in the first round. And he is just a freaking athlete of nature. Literally everything is great or elite. Everything. Except throw power, which is like solid to good, but still. Great to elite everything. He could be a franchise QB. And you know what? I think I'm going to simulate 3 weeks to get to see a little bit more out of him. But before that, I want to see who do I want to re-sign. We do not have a lot of cap space. We do not have a lot of cap space. Which I think is a bit of a concern. So, the question is, what do I do? I think I'm going to wait for next free agency to come and hope that we get, like, a ton of money. Because we are just not it right now. And I like DeMondre Jones and all, but I think I want to restructure his contract. I have not been a big fan of his contract ever since he's gotten his contract. Ever since he's gotten his contract, it is ridiculous. The amount of, like, look at this money that he's earning. It's ridiculous. It is way too much for a guy who's only put up, like, what, 9 sacks in one season? That's just, it's just too much. It's too much. So I would like to restructure, and I guess this is by force, but you get what I mean. Hopefully this will help into our season where him not getting as much money. Because that contract is ridiculous. It's kind of holding us back. And I also think the other reason why this is because of Geno Smith's contract. Geno Smith is getting paid $35 million a year, which I don't know if that's guaranteed money, but that's still way too much, I think, for Geno Smith. If he's getting at $35 million a year, no, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But we could cut Jamal Adams for $11 million in cap. The problem is if we can't because of his injury. consider doing. Because, like, look at the next 3 years contract. That is just too much. That is a bit too much for a guy who's just keep getting injured and he's yet to prove himself. I would say we could cut DeAndre Jones. I don't think I'm going to do that. As well as Brian Mon. Drew Lock, I guess, could be an interesting factor, but I like him as a backup, so I don't think that's going to happen. I think I am going to cut Dean Eskridge. You know what I might do is try to... Oh, he's... Wait. Yes, remove him off the IR. I don't know why he was on the IR list in the first place. But easily, and I think without a doubt, I am trading Dwayne Eskridge. I don't care. I'm just going to hope that we can at least get something rather than nothing for Dwayne Eskridge. Because Dwayne Eskridge is just useless, to be honest. Like, obviously, again, this is like nothing insane or anything. It's just kind of nothing, but honestly, I'll take it. But I think what I'm just going to ask is a simple 6th-round pick. Like, there is a potential that it could develop into a decent depth piece, so I think there is a good reason. You know what? Let's trade him to the Chiefs. Let's trade him to a completely different conference. Oh, never mind. They don't have any cap space. Of course they don't. Colts. 5th-round pick for Dwayne Eskridge. Alright, 5th-round pick for Dwayne Eskridge. I'd say I'm a little surprised we got a 5th for exchange of him just on its own. And, yeah, Chris, I don't care if you're a rookie, just the fact you're a 33 overall, it speaks for itself. It literally speaks for itself. Stone Forsythe, same thing. I don't want you on my team anymore. So, yeah, we're just freeing up a little bit more cap space to hopefully maybe be able to get some stuff in return. We are going to be simulating until week 11, and then we're going to hopefully simulate it to the postseason, make it there, so, yeah. So, we beat the Browns in a defensive slugfest in a 14-6 battle. I wonder why this is one of the worst offenses in the league when this is happening. Obviously, again, the Browns have a good defense. It's just like, we cannot do anything on defense. And we're going against an undefeated team. Okay, well, we're screwed. No offense to our defense, but our offense is just trash. It is just trash. We're going to lose. Yep, 31-13. But at least we did get a breakout D lineman. And that is Derek Hall. Alright. So the goal is to get less than 100 rushing yards, or Derek Hall gets one of the following: interceptions, forced fumbles, tackles for loss, or sack. That can happen. That could definitely happen. And if that happens, that could be pretty huge. And we're going against the Commanders team, which they don't have a good offensive line, to be honest with you. So, hoping that this team can pan out well, and hopefully we could turn back after a honestly not really surprising loss to the Ravens. So hopefully we could turn back, win, and we got destroyed. Did he at least get his breakout thing? Did he? No, I don't think he did. Well, that's okay. But yeah, we're kind of in a need for a quarterback at the moment. Like, the fact we have one of the best defenses and then one of the worst offenses literally speaks for itself. So easily I want to figure out what the hell he is. The Marcus Glover, I wouldn't want to see because could use a D-tackle, to be honest with you. And then the best linebacker. Hopefully, just maybe some of these players could definitely pan out and into the NFL level and stuff. So I am just praying at this point that this offense could start to turn around, because this offense is really literally one of the reasons why this defense keeps, like, this is why the defense is allowing a lot of points for the past 2 weeks. Because the offense hasn't did crap. Literal crap. Like, second worst offense crap. And our defense is now ranked number 3rd in the league. Yes. This is the stats from a quarterback. Yes, Geno Smith has thrown 9 interceptions over 3. Honestly, I'm just going to point this out there. This is not Geno Smith from last year. So if this, like, let's say, did happen, that season would just completely been a fluke. Completely. At least Abraham Lucas is he's only played like 7 downs, really? But Jake Coomhan has yet to allow a sack over 200 snaps, so that's something to point out. And the most snaps for any player on our team is Damian Lewis, so I guess it makes sense of why he has 3 sacks. But Charles Cross with 10 is a little mind-boggling, to be honest. Yeah, so I think I am definitely changing our offensive playbook heading into next season, and it is going, not to be surprisingly, the Rams playbook. And yeah, like, again, this is a very disappointing season for Geno Smith in the offense, like, because the offense was honestly one of the reasons of why this team made it to the postseason last year, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, the defense, they did pretty good during the first part, except the Lions game, but it kind of did prove it more later down the season, where the run defense just couldn't stop a nosebleed. Our passing defense, though, could do a lot. It's just also the lack of pass rush that also kind of ruined it. So just our front 7 in general was just completely garbage, and that's why we signed to players like Ramondre Jones, Devin Bush, and Bobby Wagner. Like, that's why we got those players, and also drafted Derek Hall. So, yeah, but I was a little disappointed that we yet to draft, like, it took us all the way till the 4th round to draft an offensive lineman, which, by the way, like an interior offensive lineman, which, by the way, we had 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, 3rd-round pick, which got traded away for a 3rd next year, and then we had that pick, which I don't even think may have been the first pick. What the frick? I don't know why it just, like, controls this disconnect like that. Okay. And we collapsed and we went 7-10. Yeah, I can arguably blame why we did. And it was probably because of our defense. Because our defense was trash. So, I mean, our offense. Our offense was ranked 31st. Our defense was ranked number 3rd in the league. It's just disappointing to see. At least Geno Smith made a turnaround, at least. Like, 18 passes, but 10 interceptions, though. Yeah, he's going to be replaced. And 41 sacks allowed. That is ridiculous. 1,000 yards for Kenneth Walker, so at least we had something bright. And also 1,000 yards in JSN and Tyler Lockett. Hopefully DK Metcalf can have a better year next year. And Charles Cross, you need to step up, or otherwise I think I might have to replace you. Which I hope I don't have to do. 7 sacks for Ramondre Jones, and 2. Bobby Wagner leading them with 3. Like, again, it's very frustrating, the fact. And we literally got, like, wrecked because of we actually had the least interceptions. So, if we probably had, like, a few more interceptions, we could have potentially been one of the best teams in terms of interceptions. There was actually, you know what's funny? There was actually some teams that never gotten a fumble recovery the entire year. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 teams that didn't. It's ridiculous. We're right, like, in the top. We were the 2nd most. Jaguars with literally the most by a landslide in 16. I think we were, like, in the middle of the pack in terms of sacks, I think. Nope. We were kind of in the bottom middle. Points allowed. We were, like, the top 10, kind of. rushing yards allowed. Let's see if we were somewhere. We were one of the worst teams. We were like the 4th worst team in terms of allowing rushing yards. That's a bit disappointing. And we only allowed the 2nd least in passing yards. So that's probably one of, like, literally, like, the points allowed and passing yards are the only thing that are keeping us from literally being, like, probably one of the worst defenses in the league. Well, I guess it's a fumble recovery since we were tied for 2nd. But yeah, our playbooks needs to change. Our quarterback is definitely going to change because Geno Smith is not cutting it as a quarterback. No offense, but like Geno Smith, I'm hoping we can get a lot of money from cutting him because he is not our quarterback. He is just not
Welcome
the quarterback
to your
that's going to make
franchise
us win the
staff.
Super Bowl. I'm terribly sorry, but that is the truth. Scott Johnson, I liked you, but you need to be fired. Max Williams, you're going to be fired because of how bad our offense was this year. So, let's see here. Confident OC. Alright, Justin King. You are now the new offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator, we're going to go with... Oh yeah, I forgot we were running like 3-4, aren't we? So we're going to run with Chris Wolf. Welcome. As the brand new defensive coordinator.
Staff, when you some
I guess it
trees
kind
may
of
be
makes sense
selected.
because he's kind of used to, like, our defensive coordinator was kind of also not used to running a 3-4 scheme defense. So that also kind of was a reason of why we kind of needed to cut him. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that we eventually, like, turn this thing around in next season and hopefully we make it to the playoffs because this team, like, again, this team is talented enough. It was just our quarterback that was kind of holding us back for the entire year. Like, our receivers were doing really well, our running backs were doing really well, our tight ends were but who cares? We had 3 amazing receivers. We had we just had such an amazing team that just made it very frustrating and a little upsetting of the reason why we literally didn't make it to the postseason. It was kind of upsetting, but hopefully we could just change this directional out for next year. And yeah, like, we're going to be running Rams playbook, which is one of the best in offensive playbooks and stuff. Niners made it to the postseason, huh? I wish it was the other way around, where the Arizona were the best, and then Rams were second best. And I mean, honestly though, like, this the NFC, like, South in general, or NFC West, I mean, is probably going to be a lot better than people think. Like, I mean, obviously we don't know because, like, literally the Seahawks could just replace the Rams as what we thought they were going to be, like 6-11, 7-10, something like that. But you never know. And again, it's just week 1. But the Rams could also just be like that. But also the Rams could also just be playoff contender. Obviously, again, and I think I said this in my that I said there is a wide open 7th place spot, honestly, because, like, the Giants, they look to probably suck this year, unless the Cowboys are, like, one of the best teams in the league. It is literally one of the two. Like, and then we kind of know that the Lions are probably going to make it to the postseason. Jordan Love is still a question mark, even if week 1 they literally killed the Bears. So there are a lot of question marks, and there are those teams out there that could potentially make the 7th seed spot, or even 6 if Seattle isn't that good. So yeah, Byron Young wins the Defensive Rookie of the Year. So I think I might want to consider changing our playbook to maybe Rams. Who knows? Actually, no, I might just keep Jacksonville because Jacksonville's been doing really well. Obviously, none of these are evaluated with thine, but are ours. But the most interesting part I think about this, like, yeah, Dak Prescott winning MVP, that makes sense, especially in Madden simulation. Raiders winning a Super Bowl, Jimmy G winning MVP. Yeah, I could see that happening, honestly. Like, well, Raiders winning the Super Bowl, no, but if they won the Super Bowl, Jimmy Coach MVP goes to Arthur Smith. I don't see that happening though. Van Jefferson will be very interesting because he didn't even play good against in Week 1. Max Crosby, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this team made it to the Super Bowl and won. He would definitely win that. And yeah, with these Rookie of the Year stuff. So, but I mean, JSN I think was close to winning Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm assuming. So how much cap space do we have? 10.7. 10.7. Gino, you know what time it is, buddy. Even if you're a 78 and you still have star dev, bye-bye. Freeing up $13.80 million. That's a lot of freaking money. For us to potentially resign some of our players, hopefully. So, there are a lot of players I think that we have to resign. Most of them are probably not going to come back because of, well, the amount of money and maybe interest, but that's just kind of what it's going to be, unfortunately. And this could definitely probably be a retooling year. It could definitely be like that. Bobby Wagner, he does not want to be here, which I think is a little interesting.
Choose from 4 preset offers that range.
Yeah, he's pretty much contending for Super Bowls. And I would like to bring him on a 2-year deal and give him a lot of money. But I don't think, yeah, he's definitely not coming back. And the only way we could do this is franchise tagging him. But do I want to waste all my cap space to bring him back and then probably bring one other player back? I mean, Damian Lewis, he's not going to be in the league for very long. Actually, he's not even asking for a lot of money, too. That's interesting. But I will give you a 3-year deal. Okay, he's back. And I think I am going to franchise tag Bobby Wagner. Now we're at 5.6. We don't need Noah Fant. We just don't. Because we already have Will Disley, and plus I could just draft one, which I honestly wouldn't care. Mike Jackson, he's a nice depth piece. So I think I will consider giving him a 1-year pack back. And no, he wants to be a free agent. Okay. Jordan Brooks, I know he's not going to want to resign. So, yeah. That's our free agency for us so far. Jamal Adams, I think I'm definitely trading him or cutting him. It is one of the two. Because, one, we can... Honestly, I hope we can get a first-round pick for exchange. And also, we can just dump off his, honestly, terrible contract. Like, his contract is terrible. His contract is literally god-awful. So we're going to need to get a quarterback. Literally. So, like, it doesn't matter if we were drafting one. We need to get a quarterback in free agency. We have to. It literally does not matter. We have to get one in free agency. So I'm honestly just hoping that we can potentially try to get a steal in the first overall pick without us trading our first round pick. Hoping, but that most likely ain't gonna happen. Which team has the number 1 overall pick this year? Giants just get destroyed. Oh, it's the Lions. Very disappointing season for Lions fans. So let's see here. Obviously, they don't have enough cap space. Of course they don't. Yeah, sure. This guy. Okay, so it's orange. But I don't think like, unless we're trading our second, hopefully both thirds could work, but I don't think that's going to happen. Nope. That's okay. I mean, I didn't really want the number 1 overall pick, but I just was a little curious to see if we could. What is up with teams having literally no cap space? I mean, I guess this contract is very, well, implosive to people's cap space, but... So the Giants had number 3rd, but they do not have any cap space. So yeah, I think we're going to just have to see what we can get from this. And that's pretty much it. Jahan Dotson in pain. That's not bad. It's just the problem is I don't need another receiver. I really don't need another receiver. Unless I want to trade Tyler Lockett. Which I guess I could do that if I got that offer. But again, I don't need another receiver. Don't need to throw it away. Kyle Douglas and a 2nd and a 6th. I am not going to accept that either. It's just because, like, Kyle Douglas is, like, what, 27? And he's just kind of injury prone. So, pretty much getting a worse version of Jamal if he's healthy. Do you think I want to accept that? No. No, I won't. You know what? Let's see if I could try to get from the... Let's see if I could try to get this. Obviously, I don't think it's going to get accepted yet off the bat, as I thought. But, what if I throw in a 3rd round pick in there? Nope, still not enough. How about Will Disley? I honestly do not care. We can draft another tight end or sign one, I don't care. Jamal Adams and Will Disley and a 3rd gets us the 9th overall pick. Now, Tyler Lockett, you're going to get traded as well. Not because you suck, it's because you're just old and Madden don't really like old players in this game. It stinks. So I think I'm going to use him as a trade piece to hopefully get up to like number 2. But I don't actually know who has the number 2 overall pick at the moment. So let's go look. Oh yeah, it's Tennessee, but Tennessee has like literally no cap space. Literally like none. So how about the 10th overall pick, a 3rd and a 5th for exchange of number 2. Alright. First, a 3rd and a 5th to move up 8 spots into the draft. So now we can get our number 2 overall pick, and hopefully we can get our quarterback with number 9. I mean, I'm going to have to though check where he's projected to be first. So, yeah, but before that, let's just go sign a quarterback. We need to sign a quarterback. It literally doesn't matter. We need to sign
Viewer
one.
players, you have 3 evaluation periods with each state.
Because safe to say, I am done with you. Baker Mayfield. Perfect. He has interest, and he wants a, like... You're not getting this. I'm sorry, but you're not. If you're thinking you're getting that money, go somewhere else. But I would like to pay you... Just not in that type of money. No. He has interest, but I don't think he's going to accept that type of contract. Yep, that's what I figured. So let's withdraw that. Is there, like, just any, like, decently young backup Gardner Minshew? It's not bad. Why is... Oh, yeah, I forgot he got cut. I'm like, why is he here? Because I forgot he got cut by the Patriots, and I don't know why. Bailey Zappi, decent money. Austin Eckler, I honestly really didn't even care about him anyway. Tight end, I would like to get Micah Glenchie. Actually, let's see, could I get Noah Fant back? I could, but it's going to probably take a decrease in money for him, and this contract is a yellow interest for him. But it's actually green, and we're the only one that is giving him a contract at the moment, so he might accept, and he did. So we got both Bailey Zappi and Noah Fant, which that's nice. So next year, we're probably going to have a lot more cap space because, well, DeMondre Jones' contract isn't like $20 million a year. And we don't have Gina Smith anymore, which that contract is freaking just insane. So we're going to need a center. Right guard, I want to wait on. I do think Anthony Bradford could be a potential guard. And I don't know why he's rated left guard. So we'll just move him to right guard. Like, unless we get someone in the later rounds that are literally above a 70 overall, I think Anthony Bradford is going to be the starter heading into week 1. Our defense, we need a linebacker because Bobby Wagner can't do it by himself, and he's getting up there in age. So, yeah, we need to get a linebacker. And interior, honestly, I think I'm totally fine with the interior players I have. Edge rush, I think I would like to get a better outside linebacker, but middle linebacker, I would definitely need somebody else because we can't let Bobby Wagner be the only middle linebacker, like the only linebacker we can have at the linebacker who can play that position. But I want to just see how are my players rated heading into the season, like those top 3 players that I wanted. That D tackle, who I'm pretty interested with. And Jeremy Reedon might just get cut, or he's probably just going to be cut, honestly. But let's see here. How are these players? And I'm kind of just curious because we do get the number 2 overall pick, so there is a chance we're going to probably get either one of these players. So, Michael Glover, yeah, he is really going to seem to just be an absolute beast. So I think that might be a player I want to target. But I also want to target the quarterback, where I don't know where he's projected to be around 3 to 4 talent. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. I don't know why, because why is all of his stats like he doesn't look that bad to me. He doesn't look like around 3 to 4 talent. I'm sorry, but he doesn't. So that makes it very confusing. But I'm just going to ignore him because it actually is kind of speaking truth. So Marcus Glover is most likely going to be the pick I want to go with here. But the problem is just I don't have a quarterback option. A liable one. Because Baker Mayfield, I don't think is going to be my starting quarterback. Like, seriously. Do I think he could be an MVP? No. No, I don't think so. So yeah, he is rated round 1 talent, so that's very nice. Oh, he has poor acceleration? Ooh. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Because, like, outside of that, I honestly could say I could easily go and take him, but because of that, it's not easy to try to take him now. It's not that easy. Because, like, it's going to make him a little bit slow, and it's just not going to be an easy pick. While this guy, he's an amazing athlete. He actually even has some good attributes, too. Maybe Stephen Biggs might be the guy. Or Gibbs. Stephen Gibbs. JD Gosling. He's very athletic. Just, he's pretty mediocre in strength. So this guy could, like, really just be running around the field like it's nothing. So he is kind of a safety, like a strong safety. Just like he's 6'3" and 227 pounds. So he's kind of more of a strong safety than he actually is as a linebacker. So that's something to point out. He is a slow linebacker, but he does have elite agility, and he has really good attributes. Gibbs is like the best all-around player, but Godson is not that bad either. It's just like he's going to have poor strength, and also he's not going to be a big-time like pass rusher. And also, again, like those are really like my only big needs, or again, interior players to hopefully fix this defensive line. So, That's just like my problem. Also, I guess we need a center too. Like we kind of do need a center. So yeah, we are kind of in a bit of a pickle here. And yeah, but you know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna simulate, go and the one player I want to try to unlock all the way is Gibbs, and then that other linebacker who did not participate in the combine or in a pro day, and then what do I want to do with the other one? I honestly do not know. The last one, because you know what? Let's do it him. Let's just like 100% confirm that this guy is a top 5 talent. Let's do that. Which, honestly, I feel like I already know he's a top 5 talent, but I kind of want to just make sure he is going to be a top 5 talent. Just make sure. Alright, so let's see here. Let's see how he is round 1 to 2. That is very interesting. Because he has like 4 A's, 5 B's, and only 2 C's out of this. I don't know what to say. So do I draft him, or I don't think I do. But let me just look at the linebackers. I want to look at the linebackers. So they're both round 1 to 2 talent. Okay. Which that is very interesting to say the least. Because I did not expect the both to be round 2. Rounds 1 to 2. I thought he was going to be like first round. Honestly, to me, I thought he was going to be. But, I mean, he's very athletic. And I think I would take more athleticism than taking a guy who has, like, that. You know? I mean, like, it's just, like, it's also a little hard to pass over him because, like, he could be such a fast linebacker. Kind of like a Jarrell Dean type of guy. But I think I am going to pass over him. I honestly don't know who to draft. I honestly really don't know who to draft. To perfectly be honest with you, I got no idea. Because it literally seems like this draft is more just like round 1 talent, and there's not like anything big. Let me see Sean Fryer out of Wisconsin. So he is decently athletic, which again I think is okay. That he has minimum acceleration because he is just going to be moved to edge, which I think is okay. A in power moves, A in pursue. Do I take Sean Fryer if he's available? I just like, again, it's like I'm a little skeptical because I don't have any idea of how good these players are. I got zero idea. Like literally zero idea, and I don't really need an edge rusher that bad.
The Detroit Lions now.
You know what? I think. Oh, he got took at number 1. Oh. Oh, crud. I did not thought he was going to be took at number 1. Oof. That was very unexpected. I think I take Sean Fryer, don't I? Like, I got to, right? Like, there's no way.
The New York Giants are now
Hidden development, yep. Honestly, all of these attributes are not that bad. Like, I'm just honestly hoping that he's a 75-76 overall. At the edge position, not in terms of outside linebacker. He's not going to be playing there. Ray June out of Notre Dame is taken. I honestly just think I'd take him.
It's the
Just because we know he's
Tennessee
run one time.
Titans
He has
now
run with
on
this.
the
Are you
clock.
freaking kidding me? Dang it, I should have gone with Dibbs. I should have gone with Gibbs. Of course I should have. Why am I surprised? So Tennessee took our 10th, right? Because we... That little swap. Did I trade Tyler Lockett? I forgot. Did I actually trade Tyler Lockett yet or not? I don't think I did, actually. I don't think I have. Right? Nope. Nope, I haven't. So we're going to trade him now. Hopefully, we could try to get like a first-round pick out of it, which I think we can. Probably can, honestly. Kendall, Moore, and a fourth. No. No, thank you. I will pass. And you know what? No. Well, no, not really. In Madden, like in real life, they kind of do need another receiver. But in this, they don't really need it. Okay, you guys, no. You already, I forgot. We had your 9th overall pick. Whoops. Steelers kind of need a little bit of an older one. They had no cap space. They had no cap space. They had no cap space. This could work. But I don't want a 32nd overall pick. This could work. 15. Just the 15th overall pick. That's literally all I'm asking for. Alright. Not enough. So let me just like throw in like a 5th. Okay. Okay, let's just like accept the fact I don't think we're going to get a first round pick. Which is a little unfortunate, but I don't think that's going to happen. So let's just like try to get like a 2nd round pick, a 4th, and try to get like a decent center, I guess, but they only have David Andrews, really. Jake Andrews, you know what? Let's take Jake Andrews, too. Yeah, I guess so. Alright. 2nd and 4th, and Jake Andrews for exchange of Tyler Lockett. So at least we got like a bit of an upgrade at center, but I don't think he might be the guy. But again, you never know. So what is like our... I guess that like we don't really have a need anymore, really. I mean, yeah, we could use an outside linebacker, but it's kind of not really a big need. But quarterback, if he's available at 42, I think I am going to take him. It's worth, it's worth the 42 pick if I'm getting him there. Because he is just way too athletic. Yeah, he's not available, but he was way too athletic for me not to draft him. Way too athletic. Way too much. So, center, tight end. No, we already got Noah Fant, so that wouldn't matter. But even then, he's kind of a blanket. I mean, A and finesse. He's most likely going to have A and finesse and pass blocking as well. I think I am going to take him. In development, that's nice. And he's also 21, so there's a good chance that he could develop into a very talented player. And now we got to pick like 4 or 5 picks later, so that's nice. Do I just like trade back a little bit just to get more picks? Or do I go with a center? I could just go... No, they're projected to be around 3, 4. So I think I can trade back just to get some more draft picks. So let's see here. What could we do? Trade back. What could we get? Obviously. Bengals. Not really what I'm looking for. I don't really want that. I kind of want something this here. Alright, there you go. So we get a 2nd and a 3rd. from the Baltimore Ravens, which they are, yeah, the later part in the
On the clock
rounds,
now,
but
the Seattle Seahawks.
they're still picks. It doesn't mean that they can't pan out. So, yeah, obviously I'm taking the center here. I do not care. I'm taking the center, and hopefully one of them will pan out. And I'm not taking the pass blocking one, because we do not need a pass blocking center. We just don't. I'm going to take this one instead of the other one. I mean, I could probably be wrong with that, but hidden development, though, either way. So at the end of the day, I'm still happy with the pick.
The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock.
Do I just get a backup tight end? I think I probably do, just because we don't really have any at the moment. Vertical threat. Yeah, this sucker is going to be a fast tight end. And he even has decent strength, too. Normal dev, that's okay. Because, again, I only drafted him because I was hoping he could just be a backup tight end. And literally nothing else. That's literally what I was just hoping for. Alright, we are literally in cap hell. Literally. We have negative $16 in cap. That is not a lot of money. And at least our draft was solid. Like, all of our draft picks were good. Squat Hankins. Okay, Zach Hunter. I mean, our worst players are tight end, but again, I only drafted him to be a backup, not to be a starter, so I don't really care. Foster, he could be a potential WR3 if he's not in front of, if he is in front of Jake Bobo. So yeah, we got some competition for that WR3 role, which is nice to know. So what do I want to do with the O-line? Like, I think the best move is to might be trading Charles Cross, because he's just like a pass protector, so that doesn't really give me much for moving him to tackle. So what I think I am going to try to do is trade for just a guy who can play guard. Literally hoping that, like, we could get something. Alright. No, that won't work. No. We're both in cap hell, so that can't work. So no matter what, we're running with Charles Cross. So, do I move him to guard? Or do I just run when I run? Or just I do this? I got no idea. You know what? I'll try to see what he could do at guard. But I won't be surprised if he frickin' sucks. Because again, he's literally a pass protector. But I mean, in sacks allowed, I think he should be fine. It's just like in the run blocking department, I don't think he's going to be that good at. But, yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think I'm going to make a part 2 of this, because I'm bored and tired. But anyway, Peace.